Hey, what's up, fam? If you've been following my reviews on Mary Graves so far, this is a relatively new series from, I think that it's from Weekly Shonen Sunday. I think it's one of their brands. I've read a little bit from them. Obviously, they're known for stuff like Detective Conan. I don't know a ton of what they've put out, but Mary Graves so far is pretty good. It is from the same magazine as Nemesis. It's another pretty new series that I highly recommend. It's a lot of fun. But Mary Grave, also similar to Nemesis, is a kind of a shonen adventure action, but also more of a romance smug at the same time, while feeling very unique in some of the settings. To give like a TLDR, the main character, it's kind of split between this guy Sawyer and this woman Rosalie. I don't remember if it's Rosalie or Rosalie. Either way, they ended up getting married. Monsters attacked their town. Sawyer ended up dying, and then Rosalie went on a journey to get all the supplies to bring him back from the dead. And once she finally managed to do it after decades, she died, and now Sawyer, as an undead, is going along his journey to find all the same supplies and seeing all the places that she's been, interacted with, things that she's changed, in places like I know there was like a terrible monster that was like plaguing this land, and she is the reason that it was defeated, and a lot of the people could, be pretty happy. She's What's cool is I'll just get to it in the review because it has to do with the chapter. So the villain that they're fighting, this guy Sergey, is from a cult. I think it's called like the Cult of Graves or the Church of Graves. Kind of oh, I forgot to actually mention that the part of the story that they're in right now is a flashback to how Sawyer and Rosalie met, and in that, Rosalie ran away from the cult she was in, ended up running into Sawyer, and they kind of took refuge into this like cliffside town. And this dude Sergey, who's one of the members of the cult's founder, and was going to destroy the town, but Rosalie went out and prevented it, and she seems pretty pissed off about this dude finding her. And from what we know, she's extremely powerful, but she doesn't like to use magic. She would rather just continue her normal life that she's been using in this village because it just seems more calm, more stable than whatever the reason and her significance is of being in this cult. So Sergei's like attacking them. He's got this really cool way he attacks with his cape that I'm using inside of the panel for this chapter, right? And Sawyer, who's pretty bad at magic, he's real wonky. He's like, well, I have a plan. You know, I hunt out here all the time. I have a bunch of traps set up for hunting animals, so this should be a piece of cake for me who knows the land that we're in right now, and he doesn't. And this was pretty cool in his part because it showed that he was it showed some more stuff he's capable. Because Sawyer seems pretty bad at magic. He doesn't seem like the smartest guy, but he's pretty good at manual things like manual labor, chores, clearly hunting, building traps and stuff. So he's definitely got his own skills. But I knew that with his powers that the traps that Sawyer set up, which was like he had some cool like spike traps and stuff. What it looked like large like ballista arrows and like pointed logs and all these like pretty good traps that would work for animals did not work on this dude who's got like this weaponized cape and some crazy magic. Slices up Sawyer, and Rosalie is kind of trying to figure out if she's gonna like lose her shit and go like rage mode and destroy him, but she doesn't want to use her magic at the same time because it's caused her apparently more troubles than good, but it might be the only way to defeat Sergey. But while trying to coax her to come back with him and saying like we're the only people that actually give a shit about you. We're the only place where we actually belong because it's the only place where your talents can actually flourish. Sawyer goes, and even without even talent with magic or anything you can really do punches Sergey in the face, and I think that's what's going to kind of trigger Rosalie to go into a rage mode and wreck the place. And like I said, she's extremely powerful. She is able to like because the whole way the world works is you humans can extract magic from things and then use it. Rosalie actually could take the magic from like a seashell and create like a tsunami wave, like this big ass tidal wave to block like big giant like fire streams that would have destroyed the whole town that she was in. It's pretty entertaining. I like how Sawyer, even though he doesn't really have much for powers, he finds out ways that he can be useful anyway. But he still kind of tries, and he's very humble. He doesn't it doesn't really bother him that he can't do any of these things. He's like, well, I can do these things and be helpful in a different way, so that's fine. And Rosalie's just like, I don't want to use my abilities because they're way more of a burden than anything else. So yeah, so check out this series. Drop a comment if you think it's good, if you're interested. I think it's pretty fun. I like this and Nemesis. They take pretty new directions on shonen. Yeah, they're enjoyable. They're really fun. I haven't had much problem with them so far, so I'm gonna keep following them and see where they go. If you like my content, check out my other videos. I do mostly Fairy Tail, Eden Zero, and Black Clover stuff, but I have reviews on other series as well, clearly. And I'm gonna be following the Radiant anime when it comes out soon. I think it's like 2 weeks, which is gonna be pretty cool. First official French manga into a Japanese anime. And thank you very much if you are subscribed. And if you aren't subscribed, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe. But always, thank you very much for listening. Oh, also, I'm gonna do a live stream today if you're interested. So yeah, thank you very much for listening.